Do you want to know why so many people always want a new strain or new flavor of cannabis? I'll tell you. So, in my opinion, my hypothesis is that, and this isn't for everybody, there's always going to be a subset of population. However, I feel that people want to switch up the strains of weed because they're not happy with what they just smoked. So they smoke it, they're like, oh, it's okay, whatever. And then they go to the store next time and they're like, oh, let me try this strain. Let me try this strain. Let me try this strain. And this is all part of the process because you got to try it all anyway. It's like trying food. You don't know what you don't like until you try it. So you got to try it at least once, probably multiple times to really understand it and really say like, wow, every time I smoke this, it makes me feel like this. I'm not going to smoke this anymore. Or like for me, when I smoke this OG diesel, it gets me hella creative. It gets me like super focused in my flow state. And I know if I need to be there, I can smoke some of that, get distractions out of my way, and I can get myself to that point. My daily smoker is the blue guava. I smoke the blue guava and I flip-flop this. It used to be the OG and I'd only smoke the blue guava every once in a while, but I flip-flopped this past year because I've actually noticed that the taste on the blue guava is more dynamic. I like the complexity of it. And then the high I get is actually a little bit cleaner. So like I said, with the OG, I noticed it gets me into a flow state, creativity, really focused. With the blue guava, I'm still kind of aware of everything. It's like everything clicks, So that's for me though. And the blue guava might not do that for you. It might make you tired. It might make you fall asleep. Everybody's system is different. It's just like if I can sit here and eat bread, but then there's people out there that are gluten intolerant. They can't even touch a piece of flour that touches their steak. It's like it'll just throw them into allergic shock. So my point is cannabis is just like this. It's very strain specific on the effect, and the strain is technically defined by the terpene profile. We know this because the level of myrcene in the terpene profile is going to determine whether it's a sativa or an indica. And then if you're familiar with certain strain names, you'll notice that they all have a similar smell. Each time you smell it, even if it's from different growers, different facilities, different batches, they're going to have the essence of that same smell, but it's about how well was it executed? How is that smell a 10? Is it a 7? Is it a 3? Do you have to snap the nug to smell it? Can you smell it through the bag before it's even open? Does the whole room smell up when you open the bag? So these are all different ways of understanding like how loud is the terpene profile. But ultimately it's that terpene profile that determines the interaction with your endocannabinoid system. Now the cannabinoids in there obviously do take effect, but it's the terpenes that are really like, they're the ones that are attaching to your system to deliver the cannabinoids in a entourage effect, it's called. So my point is these terpenes are very important. Profile of the terpenes, meaning the combination of them to where when you smell it, that's the final smell you get. So it's the combination of these different terpenes blended together in the ratios that they're in, that the plant produces to create these different effects for each person. So when you find 1, 2, 3 strains of weed that are perfect for you, and okay, I smoke this one, I only smoke it at the end of the day because it makes me super tired. I smoke this one, it makes me super focused and creative. Smoke this one because it's more, I can manage all throughout the day. It keeps me sharp, keeps me on my toes, but I'm not zoned out either. So my point is, for me, I have, a blend of different strains that I know work for me. But like I said, 75-80% of the time you catch me smoking, it'll be blue guava. The rest of the time it's going to be OG. Other than that, I really don't test out new strains other than brand new strains I'm trying or specific ones, that come highly recommended. And even those, I still find that I have a certain, terpene want that isn't there. So I smoked some the other day. As soon as I hit it, I was like, what is this? Who rolled this up? And the other people agreed with me. It wasn't a pleasant terpene blend to them, but still, it might be to somebody. And there's also all these plants that just aren't good terpene blends. And they might smell good, but then when you taste them, they don't smoke right or they don't give you a good effect. So we've seen this with tried and true strains. Obviously, Blue Dream is the #1 strain that's been like that for a while. So that indicates that the terpene profile and the cannabinoid combination on there is widely accepted across the majority of the population. Another widely accepted strain is OG Kush, as well as Sour Diesel. So these are all strains that historically have shown the mass of people always gravitate to those strains. Gelato became another one, and there's all different versions of gelato, different phenos. I'll do a different video about phenos and get more in depth on that, because that's a whole nother very interesting aspect of things. So that's it for this video. Check out my website, highchris.com. There's plenty of stuff on there to teach you about launching, growing, and building a licensed cannabis brand without having to own the license. Thanks for watching.